be the 18th team in Major League Soccer.
It's the City of Portland's championship.
It is great to be home.
Sports Sunday with Orlando Sanchez.
What is good, everyone? Welcome to Sports Sunday. My name is Orlando, alongside the one and only Art Edwards.
Yes.
How you doing tonight, man?
You know, I'm hurting. My Niners lost.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I know. I appreciate it.
We have a lot of things that we wanted to do tonight. Art, you plan to spend the whole show talking about
Yes.
a 49ers win over the Seahawks.
Yeah, I did.
The only problem with that is that didn't happen, man.
No.
But we'll show you how the Seahawks grabbed their 4th win of the year. And I wanted to make fun of all those names for bowl games this year. No go on that. But the Beavers have something in common with Jimmy Kimmel, where they're heading for the holidays. But the day has been stolen by questions on top of questions in Eugene. Rumors swirling on the future of head coach Mario Cristobal. Hours before the Ducks were crushed 38-10 in the Pac-12 championship game against those Utah Utes, reports were out there that the University of Miami wants Mario Cristobal to be its next head coach. That's his alma mater. He's got roots in Miami. John Canzano of the Oregonian reporting the U of O offered Cristobal a new contract and a big raise to keep him in Eugene. After the Pac-12 championship loss, Cristobal was asked about it.
If I had any plans, if I had a decision to make, or if I had something to report, I would. And I wouldn't keep it one or the other, okay? Do I expect people to come at me? Yeah, I do. It happens every single year. Is there anything else to report besides that? There's nothing else to report besides that.
Art, there's been reports, there's been sources saying all of this stuff. What do you make of it right now?
Well, there's a lot of confusion. I mean, I really don't know what it's going to be, although you and I read a Miami Herald report that says they've worked out a deal. You know, it could be worth up to $8 million a year. They're just waiting for him to decide, okay, I'm going to sign it.
Right. And like we said, we don't know what Mario Cristobal is going to do. Only he knows at this point what his decision is going to be.
Yeah.
But from the standpoint of, this is a great Oregon job. He's invested a lot of time and sweat equity into the U of O. He's gotten them some national notoriety again. They're back on track. They were in the championship discussion for most of the year. But there's the whole sentimental side, the family connection there with Miami.
That's right. His hometown, he played college football there. He was on that staff there. You know, I know what it's like to get a chance to get home and be with your family. That's why I came to Portland 13 years ago. I could see why he would do it.
And 2020 has put things into perspective, the pandemic and everything, and it's prioritized family.
Yes.
And Mario Cristobal has been big on family. We know how tight he is with his mom in particular. I remember talking to him when he first got the job and going one-on-one with him, and him expressing just how important his mother is to him. So now that she's ill, he wants to be there for her. So you can at least understand that side.
You can.
But, I mean, the next 24 to 48 hours, though, are going to be crazy, and I know Oregon Ducks fans are nervously waiting to see what's going to happen.
Yep.
So we know, though, Art, that the Ducks need a new offensive coordinator. Joe Moorhead is heading to the University of Akron to be its head coach.
The Zips.
Yeah, the school made the announcement Saturday. Moorhead spent the past 2 years as the Ducks OC. So Oregon still has a game on the schedule. There it is.
There it is, yeah.
They're heading to the Alamo Bowl. Their opponent, the Oklahoma Sooners. The game is set for December 29th in San Antonio, Texas. Both teams coming off of 10-win seasons. Odds makers favor Oklahoma by 4 points. The Alamo Bowl will air on ESPN. You remember what happened the last time they played in the Alamo Bowl?
We just talked about that.
Oh, man. Ducks fans, I'm not going to bring that up,
We
okay?
forget it.
I know they've tried to forget all about that. But they still have a game to play.
That's right.
All right, we know what the Beavers will be doing for bowl season. What is going on there? They're hanging out with Jimmy Kimmel?
That's some cool stuff.
Seriously, they're headed to the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl.
I want a bowl named after me.
Yeah, how do we work that into the next contract?
Yeah.
Well, he made it Twitter official there, saying, I hereby welcome Utah State and Beaver football to battle in the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl, and may God have mercy on us all. For the first time since 2013, the Beavers are playing in the postseason. Jonathan Smith and company leading OSU to 7 wins. The Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl will be played in Inglewood, California at SoFi Stadium on Saturday, December 18th. Art, your thoughts, man?
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, I know.
That bowl. Hey, just glad that the Beavers are playing in a bowl game. It'll be fun.
It's been a long time, and this is the first step, you know?
That's right.
And they've turned the corner, this program.
Absolutely.
All right. The only thing missing was we needed the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl LA meter counter here on the show.
Yeah.
We're going to work on that.
Yeah.
Meantime, college football's Final Four is set. There you go. A team from Ohio is in the playoffs, just not Ohio State. It's Cincinnati in the big dance. They'll match up with Alabama in the Cotton Bowl. Well, Art's Michigan Wolverines.
Go blue.
And Georgia will meet in the Orange Bowl. All right, Art. There was major news in Rip City this week. Neil Olshey out as general manager of the Portland Trail Blazers. This comes after a month-long investigation into his workplace conduct. There were allegations of bullying and creating a toxic workplace. Olshey spent the past decade as the Blazers GM. Joe Cronin takes over on an interim basis. He's been with the team for the past 16 seasons, most recently as assistant general manager. Per a release from the team, there will be a search for a permanent replacement. Art, it's part of the end of an era. Coach Terry Stotts, he's let go. Team president Chris McGowan, he leaves. And now the team's top decision maker on the basketball side, Neil Olshey, was fired. So the Blazers have gone to the playoffs each of the past 8 years, longest current streak in the NBA, but they've failed to go from good to great. Roster construction, the summer of 2016, that 2017 draft, they're not a championship contender. And with Damian Lillard on the sidelines due to an abdominal injury, the Blazers are struggling to be competitive. They've lost 5 of their last 6, blown out in back-to-back games. On Saturday, they lost 145-117 to the Celtics. Ouch. They were partying at the Moda Center.
And look at Dame.
Yeah, look at that. It's the most points the Blazers have ever given up at home in a regulation game.
Well, I just said to them, I said, I don't understand. I've never seen a team that we need our bench to inspire our starters. And that's crazy to me, you know. It's supposed to be the other way around. We continue to do that. But at the end of the day, we all got to be better. You know, I got to be better.
All right, Art, the Blazers, they're 11-13 so far. What concerns you?
Yeah, not the record so much, but the fact that this is, as I remember, the third time that Chauncey Billups has said he's been concerned about the kind of effort and the kind of passion that team plays with. And that is not a good sign.
Right. I think that's inexcusable as professionals to have your effort questioned.
It's what you're paid to do for a living. So you've got to bring it every night. There are nights, he even said it, there are nights you're not going to win. You know, you're not going to win every single game.
Right.
And there are nights when you're going to probably get blown out, but you have to at least be going at it hard.
Right. And that's brutal to hear Coach mention that it's the bench playing with pride and not the starters. Well, they're not going to win a lot of games with Damian Lillard out, so he's got to get right.
That's right.
And see if they can turn this thing around, because there's still a whole lot of basketball to be played. All right, folks, we've got more Sports Sunday still to come. Sorry, Art, we're going to do this to you. You got to get through this. The Seahawks get a much-needed win as they held off your 49ers to stay alive in the playoff chase. I didn't laugh in saying that this time. That's
Thank
bonus. Oh, we got the Detroit Lions.
Oh, yeah.
You just got to celebrate anything if you're that fan base, right? We got you covered. How they got their first dub. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Sports Sunday. The Seattle Seahawks in a divisional rivalry game today, taking on the 49ers at Lumen Field. Seattle in desperate need of a win. Art, we're going to get through this, okay, man?
All right.
Russell Wilson, hoping to have a better game than the last few. The Seahawks decided to get things fired up early, and they go with the fake punt. Travis Homer taking things himself, 75 yards to the end zone. No one touched the man. Seahawks up 7-0 just like that. But the Niners had some answers for the Seahawks. Jimmy Garoppolo to George Kittle. That is a bad man. Oh, tight ropes the sideline. 48 yards for the score. The Niners missed the point after, but still led 23-14 in the second quarter. Seattle's turn to respond. 65 yards in 6 plays, and Wilson hooks up with D. Eskridge for the score. Seattle within 2. And then they got a safety to tie it up at 23, and that set the stage for Russell Wilson to do what he does. The perfect pass to Tyler Lockett. Wow. That put the Seahawks up 30-23 late in the third quarter. This was the best game for Wilson after coming back from that injury. Dude is fired up. 231 yards, 2 touchdowns. Niners had one last chance, and Art, I'm sorry, man. That is a bummer on 4th and goal. The pass batted down. Seahawks hold on to win it 30-23. Seattle 4-8. And somehow, some way, at 4-8, they still have a shot at the playoffs. Art, your thought on this game and the performance of those 49ers?
Well, I thought the only way the 49ers would lose would be to do what they did. Turn the ball over, make mistakes. 2 roughing the passer fouls on the drive when Eskridge scored. They just didn't really, it's like they didn't come to play.
Right, and now the Seahawks somehow, some way are still somewhat alive. I really thought that we were going to be talking about how this season is over like we've done the past few weeks, but the Seahawks do just enough to keep everyone's hopes alive.
The abacus says they could still make it.
But look, I mean, the key was Russell Wilson getting healthy again. You're finally seeing that out of him after a few weeks.
Played a pretty good game.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right, Art, it is time to take a trip around the NFL. It's the return of the stash. And no more winless teams in the NFL. But let's start our travels at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. A couple of young stars squaring off when the Bengals host the Chargers. LA roared out to a 24-0 lead. Justin Herbert, another fine game. 317 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he outdueled the Bengals' Joe Burrow. Herbert even caught a pass for a 2-point conversion. What can't he do? Chargers win 41-22. Both teams now 7-5.
Hey, let's take a short trip to the Motor City. The Lions and the Vikings at Ford Field. Detroit trying to finally get a win this season. They made it interesting by giving up a fourth-quarter lead, but then they stunned the Vikings on the last play of the game. Jared Goff, 11 yards to Amon-Ra St. Brown. The Lions win at 29-27 to move at 1-10-1 on the season. The Vikings fall to 5-7.
Good for them. I love the celebration shot there.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to New York City, or at least it's New Jersey branch. Jets hosting the Eagles. Return of Gardner Minshew. And he had a great day playing for an injured Jalen Hurts. Led the Eagles on 7 straight scoring drives. Threw 2 touchdown passes to the tight end, Dallas Goedert. Minshew Mania is back. At least for a day. Eagles win 33-18. Philly 6-7 on the season. The Jets 3-9.
Hey, it's on to Pittsburgh, the Steel City, for a division battle with the Ravens. This was a wild one. The Ravens looked like they had come back with 12 seconds left in the game. Lamar Jackson to Sammy Watkins for the touchdown. That pulled Baltimore to within 1 point. But the Ravens said, we don't want to play for a tie. They go for 2.
Oh, here we go.
And the conversion failed. That gave the Steelers that 2019 win. Pittsburgh moves to 6-5. The Ravens are 8-4.
Art, should they have gone for 2 there?
Oh, yeah, why not?
Oh, okay, so you want to roll the dice.
Yeah, you're on the road. Go for it.
Well, it didn't work out this time, but you got to respect the guts there and go for it.
Absolutely.
All right, we still have more Sports Sunday to come. Did you think we forget about these guys? How about those Portland Timbers? They're heading back to the MLS Cup. Who they get next? Saturday at Providence Park. Let that confetti fall.
Two-point conversion for the potential lead. Rydell, throw it, zone! It is caught! It is caught! Nate
Man, what a game in the second round of the FCS playoffs. That's why they need a bigger playoff. This was between East Tennessee State University and Kennesaw State. ETSU down by 14 with 5 minutes to go. The 2-point conversion completed the comeback. The Buccaneers beat the Owls 32-31 to advance in the FCS playoffs, and it is your Toyota Sunday.
What a catch. Woo-hoo. All right, Art, for the third time in 7 seasons, the Portland Timbers are Western Conference champions, and they'll play in the MLS Cup Final. Wow. The Timbers shut out Real Salt Lake 2-0 Saturday night in front of a sold-out Providence Park. The best crowd of the season. Yeah. Felipe Mora set it off, finding the back of the net in the 5th minute. Santiago Moreno added one more for insurance, and that is a banger. The Timbers win the West, advancing to the MLS Cup Final.
It's impossible. It's impossible to describe it in words. We have just to enjoy it and prepare well the next game, and you know, lifting another trophy. It's going to be the best.
It's a beautiful moment. You know, we got one more to go, but we're enjoying it tonight. We played great. It's just, we're soaking it up. It was an amazing atmosphere. The fans were incredible. I mean, it was like, I felt like we got shot out of a rocket. It's just beautiful. You know, next weekend's going to be huge.
So here we go. For the first time in franchise history, the Portland Timbers will host MLS Cup. They'll take on New York City FC Saturday, December 11th at Providence Park. Kickoff is at noon. Tickets go on sale Tuesday.
Man. All right, the Portland Thorns, they introduced their new head coach, Rian Wilkinson, who's going to lead the team into the 2022 season. She's a former Canadian international player and most recently served as an assistant coach with the England women's national team. Wilkinson retired as a player in 2017. Just so happened she played one game for the Thorns in 2015.
I love that connection. That is awesome.
Yes.
How about the Oregon State Beavers soccer team? Their season came to an end in the Elite Eight of the NCAA tournament. The Beavers lost to Clemson on penalty kicks. Yeah. OSU finished the season 14-2-4 and won the Pac-12 title. The Beavs were the overall #1 seed in the tournament. A lot to be proud of. Their best season ever. You ready to do this, Art?
Let's do it.
All right, it's time to put a bow on the high school football season with the Oregon 6A State Championship.
Oh, yeah.
Man, oh man, Central Catholic versus Tualatin. After a back-and-forth first half, the Rams took over, rolling to a 44-14 victory and an undefeated season. Central Catholic makes it back-to-back state championships and their 6th title in program history.
Up in Washington, a big shout out to the Kalama Chinooks. Quarterback Jackson Isabay has a great story. He scored a touchdown to tie it and a 2-point conversion to win it. Chinooks claim the 2B state title. Way to go. We'll be right back.
16-14 Kalama leads.
All right, we had to leave you with something, right?
Yeah.
So listen to this. Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban just bought an entire town.
Wow.
He now owns all 77 acres of Mustang, Texas. You ever been there before, Art?
Not been there, no.
You know, I can't say I have either. The town has a population of maybe 20 people. Well, Cuban said he bought the town because a good friend needed to sell all that land.
Okay.
There's no word on a price, and Cuban says he's not sure what he's going to do with the place.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as things continue to develop on the Mario Cristobal front, we will make sure to keep you informed. Make sure to join us at 11 o'clock with the very latest. Good night, everyone.